I welcome you to basic science class, and before we go into a lesson proper, I'm going to be asking a question, which is, what vitamin do we get from the sun? What vitamin do we get from the sun? I know you'll be like, what, is there any vitamin we actually that actually comes from the sun? Like most times when you're outside and the sun is shiny, you see somebody screaming your name and tell you, come on, get inside, and the rest. But what vitamin do we get from the sun? In the course of today's class, today's lesson, you're going to know that there's a particular vitamin essential for our health that we get from the sun. That leads us to our today's class, which is vitamins, minerals, and water. Vitamin, minerals, and water. It is actually in continuation of our previous class. So if you haven't listened, if you haven't seen that video, I will advise that you go over and see it. That is classes of food. So that is the basis. It's going to help you. It's going to help you to understand what we are doing here. And at the end of today's class, you should be able to define vitamins and minerals. You should be able to classify vitamins, then state the importance of vitamins, minerals, and water. So vitamins and minerals are essential nutrients required in small amounts for various bodily functions. If you have seen the video on food and nutrients, we talked about macronutrients and micronutrients. And when I mean macro, that is nutrient that is needed in our body in large quantity, while micro nutrients are needed in our body in small quantity, in a small amount. And our vitamins and minerals falls under micronutrients. They are very essential for our body functions, but they are needed, they are required in small quantities. So vitamins are organic compounds that are necessary for proper growth, development, and overall health. So if you must have a proper growth, development, and you want to be overall healthy, you need vitamins. And though they are needed in small quantity, it doesn't rule out their effectiveness. So we also have that our vitamins are classified into two categories. We have the fat soluble vitamins and we have the water soluble vitamins. If you have been following us from the subsequent classes, you will know this by now. And under our fat soluble vitamins, we have vitamins A, D, E, and K, which we sometimes call together as ADEC, so that you can quickly, for quick remembrance, maybe during exam situation or you are in a competition, you just remember fat soluble vitamins. They are called together ADEC, and when we mean ADEC, we mean vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K. And we also have another category of vitamin is our water soluble vitamins. And under this we have just two vitamins. We have the vitamins B complexes, complex, and C, vitamin B complex and vitamin C. So very quickly we look at our fat soluble vitamins. These vitamins are stored in the body's fatty tissues and liver. And as I said earlier on, if you are seeing our other classes before now, this will not be strange to you. So because when we talked about fat, we said that they help in the absorption of vitamins, and I mentioned specifically in that video that it's a fat soluble vitamin. So these vitamins are stored in the body's fatty tissues and liver. So we're going to look at the various vitamins that falls under the fat soluble vitamins, which is ADEC, vitamin A, vitamin G, vitamin E, and K. They are important and sources, that is what food gives us this vitamin. We know that they are needed in a small amount, in a small quantity, because they are micronutrients, but they are essential for our body. So what source of food constitute this vitamin? Where can we get these vitamins from? So we have our vitamin A. The importance is we find it in vision, important for vision. That is your eye. When we're talking about vision now, we're talking about your eye. So, and also in immune function and cell growth. Vitamin A as is important in your vision, that is in your seeing, your eye, then your immune function and cell growth. And what are the sources of vitamin A? What food would you consume and vitamin A will be readily available for you? We have foods such as carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and liver. So these are good sources of vitamin A. You have your carrots, sweet potatoes, your spinach, and liver. So if you have been avoiding these foods, this set of food I mentioned, you might have to reconsider for your health's sake. I know your eye, especially your immune function, and for the proper growth of your cell, and you start to consume them. The next is vitamin D. Vitamin D, it is essential for bone health and calcium absorption. It is essential for your bone health and also for calcium absorption. And during the induction question, I said, what vitamin do we get from the sun? It will amaze you to know that we can also, our body can synthesize vitamin D when it is exposed to sunlight. So you know the vitamin that you can get from the sun, it is vitamin D. And you know by now that your vitamin D is essential for bone health and calcium absorption. And that I said that you get it from the sun does not mean that you sun dry yourself. That's not it. Your early morning sun, at least allow it to touch your skin so that your body can synthesize this vitamin. And also you can also get it from your fatty fish. You can get your vitamin D from fatty fish, fortified dairy products, and your egg yolks. There are some persons that they don't like egg yolks, or maybe they just prefer the egg whites. They don't like the egg yolks. You might have to consider taking egg yolk as part of your diet, because you get your vitamin D, which is essential for your bone and also for calcium absorption. So we are on the fat soluble, and we have considered vitamin A, vitamin D. We are left with E and K. So our vitamin E. Vitamin E, what is the importance of vitamin E? It acts as an antioxidant and helps protect cells from damage. It acts as an antioxidant and helps protect your cell from damage. What are the sources of vitamin E? Where do you get your vitamin E from? You get them from nuts, from seeds, from vegetable oils, and leafy green vegetables. So for you that you don't eat vegetables, grains, you eat anything vegetable, you might have to consider this, because if your body must have enough antioxidant, and also if you want to protect your cells from damage, you need your vitamin E. And the last but not in the family of the fat soluble is vitamin K. That is vitamin K. It is necessary for blood, the importance, it is necessary for blood clotting and bone health. Whenever you have a wound or you have a cut and blood is dripping fast or is flowing out, it is at some point it is expected that the blood will stop flowing there after some times that it has reacted with the air and air has entered into it. It should clot, that is stick, it should stick, the blood should stick up. But if you have a case in which whenever you have a cut or a wound, your blood does not clot, that means you have deficiency in vitamin K. You have deficiency in vitamin K, and you need to take more food that can make up for that. So what are the sources of vitamin K? We have leafy green vegetables. Leafy green vegetable is one of the sources of vitamin K. You have your broccoli and your vegetable oils. So these are sources of vitamin K. We have looked at the fat soluble vitamins, and we said that they are ADEC. That's the what you can use to know them on time or to help you for quick remembrance. That is ADEC. That is where you're talking about vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K. So very quickly we move to our water soluble vitamins, water soluble vitamins. And I told us that there are just two families of vitamins that falls under the water soluble vitamins, which are your vitamin B complexes and your vitamin C. These vitamins are not stored in the body, unlike for fat solubles that are stored in fatty tissue, that's the adipose tissue. Water soluble vitamins are not stored in the body, so there's a need for regular consumption of food that contains these vitamins for it to be present in our body. So let's look at the B complex vitamins. We have vitamin B1, B2, B3, B4. We don't I mean to say B5, not B4. We don't have B4. B5, B6, B7, 9, and 12. B1, B2, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, and 12. They are 8 in number, so they fall under the B complexes, and each of them have their specific name. For B1 it is called thiamine, and for B2 we call it riboflavin, for B3 we call it niacin, and B5 there's no B4, we have it is called pentatonic acid, and B6 your pyridoxine, your B7 biotin, B9 folate, and your cobalamin, which is B12. And they play various roles in energy production, in metabolism, and also in the functioning of the nervous system. And where do you get these B complexes from? You can get them from whole grains. If you had seen the previous classes on food and nutrients, you would remember that I said whole grains. Example, we have your rice, your barley, and your oats. So it's a good source of these B complexes. You have your legumes, you can get it from your legumes, your leafy green vegetables. You can get it also from meat, eggs, and also from dairy products. So very quickly we'll move to our vitamin C. Do not forget we're under water soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamins. Vitamin C acts as an antioxidant. They also support immune function and aids in collagen synthesis. These are the functions of vitamin C. They act as antioxidants, support immune function, and aids in collagen synthesis. And what are the sources of vitamin C? You have your citrus family, that's citrus fruits. And when we're talking about citrus fruits, we're talking about oranges, your lemons, your lime, and all the fruits that falls under the citrus family. You also have your berries, kiwi, peppers, and leafy green vegetables. You can get your vitamin C. All these that I just mentioned are good source of vitamin C. Now we're going to move on to minerals. We have looked at vitamins, and we know that now our vitamins are categorized into two large groups, which is your water soluble and your fat soluble. Your fat soluble is ADEK, that is vitamin A, D, E, and K, and your water soluble is your vitamin C and the B complexes. And under the B complexes, you know there are 8. There are 8 under it. So very quickly we'll move over to minerals. Minerals are inorganic substances. In the case of vitamin, they are organic substances. But for your minerals, they are inorganic substances, and they are required for numerous physiological processes and the maintenance of bodily functions. Your minerals are required in the body. The minerals we take in either your calcium, that is the examples, your magnesium, your zinc, and sodium, and the rest. They are required for physiological processes and the maintenance of bodily functions. And they are divided into two. We have the macro minerals and the micro minerals, or we call them trace minerals. It's either you call them trace minerals or you call them micro minerals, such as another macro. When we're talking about macro minerals, we're talking about minerals that are required in large amounts, in large quantity by the body. And when we're talking about trace minerals, that's your minerals that require in smaller amounts. So we're going to look at some minerals and their importance to our body. Number one is calcium. It is essential for strong bones and teeth, nerve function, and muscle contraction. So if you want to have strong bones and teeth, you should have at least enough of calcium in your diet. And what are the sources of calcium? We have sources include your dairy products. When we're talking about your dairy products, we're talking about your milk, your yogurts. So these are all gotten from, they are all dairy products. Also, we have from leafy green vegetables. You can get your calcium from leafy green vegetables, fortified plant-based milk, and certain fish. You can get your calcium from all these sources. They are good source of calcium. And number two is your iron. Your iron. It is necessary, the importance is it is necessary for oxygen transport. So when you breathe in your oxygen, you will need your iron to transport it around the body. It's also necessary for energy production and immune function. And what are the sources of iron? Sources of iron include red meats, poultry, seafood, your legumes, and leafy green vegetables. And I can see that almost leafy green vegetables cut across almost all the vitamins and the minerals we've mentioned. So if you have not been taking this, you might need to take them, because you need them for proper functioning of your body. And the next is zinc. Zinc, that's the next we are considering. Zinc, it is important for immune function, for wound healing. Whenever you have a wound it needs to be healed up, your zinc plays an important role in this, and also in DNA synthesis. And where do you get your zinc from? You can get your zinc from meats, shellfish, legumes, seeds, and whole grains. That is where you can get your zinc from. The next one we are considering is magnesium. Magnesium, this involved in muscle and nerve function, also in energy production, and also in your bone health. So it's not only calcium that is necessary for your bone health, you also need magnesium. Magnesium is necessary for your bone health. And what are the sources of magnesium? This includes, you can get your magnesium from the consumption of nuts, you can get it from the consumption of seeds, you can get it from the consumption of whole grains, legumes, and also we have our leafy green vegetables here once again. So it's a good source of magnesium. The next we have here is potassium. Potassium, and it helps to maintain proper fluid balance. It also helps in nerve function and also in muscle contraction. It assists also in muscle contraction. And what are the sources of potassium? From your bananas, your citrus fruits, your potatoes, leafy green vegetables, and dairy products. You can get your potassium from all these sources, these foods that I mentioned. So fruits and vegetables are particularly important as they provide a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and other beneficial compounds, as you have seen so far. So different fruits and vegetables contain varying combinations of vitamins and minerals. So you shouldn't just, there are some persons that are selective when it comes to fruit and vegetables. I don't take banana, I take watermelon, I don't take apple, I take pineapple, and you're just being selective. But if your body must receive all the essential nutrients, you have to eat diverse selections of these fruits and vegetables for your body to receive a broad spectrum of these essential nutrients. So don't select one and keep others, except you are reacting to them, except that. But if you are not, it doesn't have any side effects whenever you eat them, please cultivate the habit of eating them. They are essential for our body. For example, your orange fruits and vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes are rich in vitamin A and beta carotene. And you know by now that you need your vitamin A for your eyesight, for good vision. You need your vitamin A. You have your citrus fruits such as oranges and grapefruits are high. They are very high in vitamin C, and you know that by now that your vitamin C, you need them because they serve as sort of antioxidant for your body. Your leafy green vegetables like your spinach and kale are excellent source of vitamins A, C, and K, and minerals such as iron and calcium. Berries like strawberries and blueberries are packed with antioxidants, that is vitamin C, and also various minerals. Your cruciferous vegetables like your broccoli and cauliflower provide vitamin C and K, as well as minerals like folate and potassium. So we have come all the way from the 6 classes of food, from carbohydrates to protein to fats, vitamins and minerals, and we are moving finally to water. Water is a vital nutrient for the human body. So it plays a crucial role in maintaining our overall health and in our well-being. So the importance of water and the potential consequences of dehydration are, one is we're going to look at the importance and the consequences of dehydration, the potential consequences. For now, we're looking at the importance. The importance, number one, is hydration. Hydration. Water is essential for maintaining proper hydration. It serves as the body's primary component, so accounting for about 60% of our body weight, our total body weight. You have water to take 60% of it. So you know that water is very vital in our body. Adequate hydration is necessary for numerous bodily functions, including the transportation of nutrients, elimination of waste products, regulation of your body temperature, lubrication of joints, and maintenance of cellular structure. Number 2 is in digestion. Of course, water plays a key role in digestion. During one of our classes, that was when we were talking about food and nutrients, and I think yes, or when we were talking about carbohydrates, that was yes, the previous class before now, under classes of food. And I told you that fiber is needed for digestion, but alongside fiber you need your water. Water plays a key role in digestion. It helps dissolve the transport nutrients. So don't forget that also it is water that will transport the nutrients, and it's water that dissolves it also. It aids in the breakdown of food and in the support the proper functioning of the digestive system. Insufficient water intake can lead to digestive problems such as constipation. Number 3 is in temperature regulation. Temperature regulation. Water assists in regulating body temperature through perspiration, that is when you sweat, and also evaporation. So it helps dissipate heat and prevent overheating during physical activity. That's when you are doing your exercise or exposure to hot environment. It helps to regulate your temperature. Number 4 is in kidney function. Water is vital for proper kidney function. It helps remove waste products from the body through urine formation. Water is one of the important vital components during urine formation. When your urine is forming, you need water, and this is also part of it aids kidney function. Insufficient water intake can contribute to the development of kidney stones and urinary tract infection. If you can see on the picture, you see something like a stone moving, that is kidney stone. So if you don't take sufficient water, it can contribute to the development of kidney stones, and it can also lead to urinary tract infection. Number 5 is physical performance. Staying adequately hydrated is important for optimal physical performance. Even mild dehydration can negatively impact physical and cognitive performance. That is the way you think, the way you do some activities, leading to fatigue it reduces endurance. When you are thirsty, to run will be difficult for you. When you are thirsty to do some exercise or to perform some duty, to find it like it's one big task, because what you are dehydrated. So water is important in performing physical activities. It can also impair the concentration and decrease alertness when you are dehydrated. Also, number 6, adequate intake. It is recommended to drink an adequate amount of water to maintain proper hydration. So it is the normal amount that is you are expected to consume is at least about 8 glasses per day. 8 glasses per day, and in our local parlance, I would say you should take about 8 sachets of water every day. At least you should. I know some person be like, what? You mean 8 sachets of water? Yes, that is what you should take. That is what you need. An individual needs per day. 8 glasses. That is 8 ounces each of water. And specific water needs vary depending on your age. Also, your gender, that is your sex, whether you're female or you're male, then the activity level, the physical, what you engage yourself in, and also the climate. You discover that when the climate is cool, you are less thirsty. So your body does not need more water at that point in time, because the climate is cool, is calm. But when it's very hot, the environment is hot, you discover that you will become more thirsty and you need more water. But generally, the guideline is you should at least take 8 glasses of water per day. So what is the consequences of dehydration? We have looked at the importance. What are the consequences of dehydration? Insufficient water intake can lead to dehydration, a condition characterized by an imbalance between water intake and loss. That means the water you lost from your body, it's not balanced to the one you were taking in. So it can lead to dehydration as you're losing water either through perspiration, that is sweating, or through urine, or through other activities. You should also take water to balance up to help your body. Mild dehydration can cause symptoms like thirst, dry mouth, fatigue, and headache. Sometimes when you're experiencing headache, it's not because you are sick or ill, it's because you are dehydrated. You can take water instead of running to take your paracetamol. Take water first and see how your body reacts to it. So some headache too can be caused by mild dehydration. And also, as dehydration worsens, as you are dehydrated and you refuse to refill yourself, it can lead to more severe symptoms such as dizziness, confusion, rapid heartbeat. Your heart will be beating very fast. It can lead to low blood pressure, and these are very severe conditions that can lead to death. They are life-threatening sometimes, and also even fainting. And severe dehydration can be life-threatening and requires immediate medical attention. So we have come to the end of the class, and I will just do a quick recap before we move to looked at some examples or some questions from the exam app. So we looked at vitamins, minerals, and water. We have also looked at the different categories of vitamins when we talk about the fats soluble and the water soluble, and the different vitamins that fall under each category of those vitamins. Then we have a mineral, and we looked at it under your macro mineral and trace mineral. Trace, that is intended in small amount of quantity amount. And also we have looked at water, and you see that water is a vital nutrient. It's vital. If you must stay alive, you need water. And in extreme cases of dehydration, it can be life-threatening and might require immediate medical attention. So very quickly, we'll look at the exam guide, and for this, I'm going to streamline this to vitamins, but I would love you to go through the classes of food and nutrients. There are questions under it that are related to this water, minerals, and nutrients that we just consider. So I'm just going to take 2 examples from vitamins, 2 questions from vitamins, and I expect you to check the exam guide app and go through other questions, answer them. This is how you're going to is going to help you actually to know if you have fully assimilated what you learned, or if you understand them, and when you are in an exam situation, you can actually attempt those questions perfectly. So I have number one question here. It says, which of the following food is a source of vitamin K? Which of the following food is a source of vitamin K? We have A, egg yolk, B, green vegetables, C, citrus fruits, D, yeast, and E, carrot. The right option here is option B, our green vegetable. If you remember, almost leaf green vegetable round through all the sources of vitamins and minerals. So our answer there is green vegetable. And I'm going to look at the last question. I told you that subsequently you should take out time and check out other questions so that you can be able to answer them in exam situations, and also to ascertain your level of assimilation if you truly understand what you have learned. So do not just wait for examination before you practice. So we have the second question that I'm going to be looking at here. The vitamin that aids good vision is dash. The vitamin that aids good vision is dash. We have A, vitamin K, B, vitamin D, C, vitamin C, D, vitamin E, and E, vitamin A. And you know that the right option there is vitamin A. It aids our vision. Vitamin A aids our vision. So see you in subsequent class. Thank you.